Hey everybody, welcome back to Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin. I am your host, TV's Dave Galvin. I'm the guy who loves travel so much that my luggage has its own frequent flyer account. Okay, that's a horrible joke. Okay, so today I'm in a super duper hurry because my wife and I are actually getting ready to fly to Florida because we're going to be on the Star of the Seas, and I'm hoping not to miss an episode while we're gone, hoping to pre-record these. So very quickly, we're going to talk today about a certain topic. Today's topic, we're going to dive into it real quick. It's not as glamorous as sipping champagne in first class or lounging in an overwater bungalow, but it's something that hits all of us, and that is travel burnout. Yes, it's a real thing, and if you've ever come home from a trip more exhausted than when you left, you've probably experienced it. Now, the good news is we're going to talk about how to spot it, why it happens, and how to keep your love of travel alive. So grab a cup of coffee or whatever you like to drink. Let's get into it. So let's start with the basics. Travel burnout is the mental and physical exhaustion that sets in after too much time on the road. It's not just jet lag. It's deeper than that. It's when your brain says, please, no more. I don't want to see any more museums. No more cute little alleys. No. It can happen to anyone. It happens to digital nomads, it happens to cruise addicts, honeymooners, or even TV hosts. Sometimes you're packing your days so full that it stops feeling like a vacation and it starts feeling like a second job. This happens to me a lot on cruises because, let's be honest here, I live on the West Coast. Most cruises are actually based out of the East Coast, and I've got to fly 6 hours between Portland and Florida, and it's exhausting. Because, of course, you're packing, then you got to go to the airport, then you got to stand in the TSA line and deal with that BS, and it's just a pain. Then you get on the plane and you fly for 6 hours, and that by itself is enough to drain you. Then you get off the airplane, you go get your luggage, get your stuff, get an Uber, get to your hotel, you got to stand in line to check in. I go vault. I mean, that first day is a throwaway. The vacation for me doesn't start until I wake up the next day. So why does it all happen? Well, the culprits are vast. Number one, you got overscheduling. Your itinerary is tighter than TSA security. You don't give yourself any breathing room. You're not living in the destination, you're racing through it. Two, there's too many destinations in one trip. Listen, I get it. If you're flying halfway around the world, you want to make the most of it. But if you're hitting 5 cities in one day, you're going to hit a wall. Then there's sensory overload. There's new languages, there's new smells, there's different foods, the cheeses are made differently, there's customs. It's amazing, but your brain gets tired of just processing everything all at once. And then there's the social media pressure. A lot of us feel like we have to constantly post updates, photos, videos, and suddenly you're documenting the trip more than you're actually living in it. So how do you recognize this? Travel burnout can sneak up on you. Here's some waning signs. You stop caring about the must-sees. You are first excited to go visit the Tower Bridge in London, and then after a while, well, there's a Downton Abbey marathon on the BBC here in the hotel room. I'm just going to order room service. And then every restaurant menu feels really overwhelming, and all you want is a Carl's Jr. cheeseburger. You start thinking about home more than your next activity. You know, if this sounds like you, look, don't panic. It's just your brain waving a little white flag. Now, how do you avoid this? This is the good part. How to keep your joy alive in your travels. Number one, play downtime. I know it feels weird to waste a morning in bed on your vacation, but trust me, it's not wasted. It's how you recharge. Number two, slow travel. Instead of packing 5 cities into 1 week, pick 2 and just enjoy them. Go deep, don't go wide. Number 3, mix big attractions with small pleasures. See the Eiffel Tower, sure, but also spend an afternoon in a cafe doing nothing but people watching. Number 4 is one of my favorites, travel off season. Fewer crowds, slower pace, you don't feel like you're in a human pinball machine. Number 5, unplug. Put the phone down. Take mental photos instead of just digital ones. Number 6, this is important, and everyone's guilty of this. Listen to your body. If you're tired, rest. If you're hungry, you eat. And if you're cranky, congratulations, you're human. Let me give you an example. Earlier this year, I was at Coco Cay, the Royal Caribbean private island, and you want to see everything. And of course, there's 600 billion people on this island pushing and shoving and elbowing, and it's just a pain. But you want to see and take pictures and experience, and you don't know when you're going to be able to make it back. Strangely enough, I'm going back there twice next week on Star of the Seas. I'm so sick of Coco Cay. But really, this does sound amazing, right? You go to a private island and all the food and all the beverage and all that good stuff. Look, at this point, I don't even remember where Coco Cay actually is. All right, it's in the Bahamas, but I really don't care anymore. One night in Rome, a friend of mine skipped the planned dinner and just ordered room service. Spaghetti, a glass of sparkling water, and an episode of some Italian game show. And she didn't understand the language. And it was one of her favorite memories of the trip. Why? Because it gave her a chance to actually hit the pause button. She sat there watching TV. She ate a very memorable dinner. She had a great view outside her dining room window, and she just relaxed. One of my favorite memories when I went to Belize was literally sitting on a private island under a coconut tree. I didn't even want to go. My wife bought the excursion and I just sat there. And when I got too hot, I got up, I walked into the ocean, I waited around a little bit, and then I went back to my chair. And that was it. And that was one of the best vacations I ever had. So travel burnout doesn't mean you hate travel. It means you're just human. Pace yourself, build in a recovery time, and remember, you're not competing with anyone. At the end of the day, the point of travel isn't to cross destinations off a list. It's to fill your soul, not just your camera roll. So just slow it down a bit. Rest, and when you get home, you'll be ready to dream about your next adventure instead of saying, I need a vacation for my vacation. Sound familiar? So that's it for today's episode of Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin. Look, if you enjoy this, please hit the share button so your fellow travelers will be able to actually get a little good advice. Until next time, travel smart, everyone. We'll see you then.